Hey everybody, Mike Chipperini here of Chipper's Island Adventures, and today I'm going to talk about some of the upgrades and add-ons that I've made to my rig, which is an Entegra Odyssey 24B. These items aren't listed in any particular order until I get to the top couple, especially the top one. Let me begin with the bathroom items. I've got two in there, and the first one is a shower shutoff valve. Here's the first upgrade, which is a shower valve. And as I'm not going to turn the water on, but it just screws in the end of your shower head. Take the shower head off, screw it onto the shower head, and then screw it back onto the shower head supply. And you notice I put Teflon pit tape on there. Now my second item in the bathroom is a towel holder. And the towel holder you can get anywhere, Home Depot, Lowe's, and I'm going to show you that one right now. Is my towel holder, and the towel holder is just a hand towel, and I place it here, and if you notice, it's a low profile. I try to keep it a low profile because I didn't want to catch it coming out of the shower, and also there was no place to put it really over here that was adequate. And right here I have a stud. So that's my second upgrade, and like I said, it's a minor upgrade. So my next upgrade was I got vent cushions. And what happened is I was while I was sleeping in the rig, the sun was coming up early, especially during the summer, and it was coming right through the vents. And not only that, but when I camped out early in this up in Maine, it got a little cold a couple nights. It got cold up in Maine and up in New Hampshire, and so what I did is I went out and bought some cushion vents from Campers World, and I'll show you those. So here's one of the cushions, and they're pretty basic. We'll walk over here, and here's a vent, and you just go ahead and squeeze that bad boy in. And I'll tell you, it definitely cuts down on the light, as you can see. And I bought three of them. I bought one for that vent, one for the fan over or in the bathroom, and one for the skylight over the shower, because I noticed that a lot of heat was getting in through this area, especially when the AC was on, and the bathroom door was closed. Then you walk in there and it'd be very warm. So those vent cushions are awesome. I picked up two at one Campers World, and then I realized I needed a third one for that shower vent, but I wanted to make sure it fit. And so when I was down in Nashville recently, I went ahead and grabbed another one. So that's the third upgrade, or if we're counting backwards, we'll call it upgrade number 10. The fourth upgrade is a nice little hack from Wago Hacks, and Wago Hacks you can find online on Facebook. And that upgrade is these ladder steps. And this ladder is particularly uncomfortable going up anyway. But these steps, these wooden add-ons, certainly help a lot better, or they make it more comfortable getting up there. You know, it's not a great ladder to begin with, but this is a big improvement. And what I did is I went ahead and just polyurethane them, gave about 3 coats, and then I put them on. And I sleep up here a lot. Sometimes I'll go to a campground, I won't even put the slide out, and I'll just sleep up here. And we'll go ahead and put a link down below. I'll put a link down for everything that I'm putting here. The next add-on is these bad boys. These are the downspouts that come off your gutter. And this would be the front. And I went ahead and bought 2 sets of these. I believe they come in pairs. And I thought I was going to put them on the front and rear, but I ended up just putting them on the front. And I really like the way they perform. Great little upgrade, very inexpensive. When you buy this, make sure you get some non-leveling die-core, and because you're going to have to unscrew the gutter, pull it out, and tuck this behind the gutter, and then screw it back on, and then you put that non-leveling die-core up there. If you use leveling die-core, it's just going to drip right off. So that's, counting backwards, that would be number 9. Or excuse me, number 8. Okay, my next upgrade to my rig was an Apple TV. I use Apple TV. Some people like Roku, some people like Fire Stick. I use Apple TV. And Apple TV, I have it in my house, and what I did is I bought a new one with the latest and greatest on it, and then I just took one of my older ones and put it in the rig. And on that Apple TV that I put in the rig are all the same apps that I have on my home Apple TV. And I just have it sitting right on the counter underneath the TV, as you can see. And it works great. You know, sometimes I don't get a signal very well in the campground, so what I find myself doing is I use my phone as a hotspot. And at some point in the future, I will get some type of Wi-Fi, but right now I'm not particularly worried about it. I know some people really depend on it, but you know, as long as I got some type of signal, I'm happy. There's other times I don't even watch TV. I just read a book or something. My next upgrade, counting backwards, is number 6, is dimmers. Now I put 2 dimmers on in my rig. One I put over the bunk in that area, and then another one I put right here. And as you can see, you hit it once, it comes on. Hit it once, it goes off. Hit it once, comes on. If you hold the button, it dims on and off. Dim down, dimmed up. And these, they're pretty good. You know, I want to put one on underneath the cabinet over the kitchen so that I can dim the LED. I want to dim the LED light strip over the slide, but I got in there, I got a little intimidated with the wiring in there because you have to connect to a ground. And in order for me to really get in there, I really should pull the bottom of the cabinet from inside the cabinet so I can see what type of wiring's in there. But maybe at some point I'll go ahead and do it. I do want to point out one thing. If you were going to do your own work with this and put in dimmers and things like that, you want to get these clips. And what these clips are, they make wiring a whole lot easier. And they're from Wago. And I'll give you a quick demonstration. As you can see, like let's say this is your ground wire, and you need to connect 2 ground wires together. You go ahead, you lift up the clip, right? And you stick the wire in, and look. And it's very convenient. And you can get them online. They come in different sizes. This is a 2-way. So this would be perfect for just going between a ground wire. And they have 2-way, 3-way, and I actually have some 5-way. So these are really super. And I really recommend you get these. And I'm actually going to consider this kind of an upgrade or a nice little tip to use. So that puts me at like number 5, I guess. And another thing, if you really want to get something while I have my electric box out, is one of these outlet testers. You just plug it in and it will give you an indicator, just like on a surge protector or something, of whether that outlet is working. So let's say you have something plugged in, you're not, whatever item you plugged in isn't working, you go ahead and plug this in. And so watch this. You plug it in, see that? That's good. 2 yellows is good. So it's a nice handy little thing to have in your box of tricks. And what I do is all my electric stuff, which is my fuses and my Wago clips, I keep in this little box. And it fits perfectly inside the pantry. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is some of the drawers in the my 24B. I think we all have had that problem where we go around a corner and one of our drawers goes flying open. And I was having a real problem with that in my 24B with my wardrobe closet. And at the bottom of my wardrobe closet, or not my wardrobe closet, but the pantry wardrobe, and at the bottom of that is 2 drawers. And those drawers kept coming open on me, especially the bottom one. So I found a little fix. Here's the 2 drawers right here. And these drawers would come flying open on me. So what I did, and it's not the greatest job, but I installed these big magnets. And there's a strike plate right here, and the big magnet. And then I also put a little clip in there, an extra one. And on my last trip, that did not come open at all. So I put another one here. Now the problem with this one, on the top drawer, is I had to cut out the drawer a little bit inside in order to accommodate the magnet and the strike plate. But it worked out pretty good. I haven't had a problem with those drawers since I put those in. And I just came off a 3,100 mile road trip that took me out to Illinois and Indiana. And you can see that in my videos. I have 4 videos dedicated to that trip called The Loop, part 1 through 4. And you can see those on YouTube. And it was pretty good. But those drawers never came open while I was on that trip. My third, I guess I'm up to 3. Yeah, we'll call it 3. My third would be my travel map. I got a travel map. I really enjoy it. And it lists all the states I've been to. And I put it on my bathroom door inside, because to me it's like a little bit of artwork. And I only put on the map those states that I do something in. I have to camp out in them or stay in them overnight. So even though I've been to all these states, I haven't been to them in my rig, and I haven't camped out in them in my rig. I've actually been to a couple places here, like Pennsylvania I've driven through, and I've driven through Virginia or West Virginia, but I didn't stay there, so I don't count it. So you know, it's a nice little thing. It's fun. So here I am in front of my rig, and it's fall is in the air, that's for sure. But my second upgrade from the top, or my 11th one, is valve extensions. And as you can see, I put valve extensions on. Now, I didn't do it. I happened to be at a garage and I asked them if they had any, and they threw some on, and they certainly help out. And I put them on the back and front. I want to get the longer ones that actually you bolt them down onto your rims. But what I found is that you have to have them. You definitely have to have valve extensions, especially on the back tire. Lately, even the valve extensions that are on there aren't the greatest. So I have to pop the rim to get to the one of the stems. And that's even with a small valve extension. But I'd like to talk about my number one upgrade to this rig. And my number one upgrade has been relative to the riding experience. And that is getting the Safety Plus and the sway bars. If you watch my video on my visit to the Safety Plus factory, I was actually considering Coney shocks or something along those lines to help the ride. But when I took a ride with one of the guys from the plant, he said he didn't feel I needed shocks. He felt I definitely needed sway bars though. And the sway bars they put on here are, I think, 5/4 inch steel, which is 1.25 inch steel. And the ones they took off were about 3/4 inch. And that's, you know, that's a considerable difference. That's about a 75%, well, not 75%, but about a 45% increase. And the Safety Plus, that speaks for itself. The steering stabilizer that came off this rig was the size of a bicycle pump. And if you watch the video on it, you can see the guy moving it with his hands, and he's not even working hard. He's showing barely pressing it. And then the comparison between the two, the one that went on is about the size of a can, the diameter. I'm going to show you that right now. As you can see, this is the yellow is the front sway bar, and the rear, or the silver, is the Safety Plus. And that is a considerable upgrade considering what was on here before. Very considerable. And I also have one in the rear. So I have front and rear sway bar upgrade along with a Safety Plus. And I got at least one I got a couple bonus items. You know, these are upgrades as well, since we're talking upgrades. And when I bought the rig, it came with some window shades for the front windshield, and I didn't like them at all because they're kind of stiff. They're mounted from the inside. It's 3-piece, so you had to put one on each door and then one on the windshield. And it was probably really good for keeping the heat out and you know, for blocking out light, except around the sides of the or the edges. But I went ahead and picked up this nice little window shade that does a really good job. It mounts easily and it rolls up into a little bag. And that little bag fits right in one of my little compartments that I normally would hardly use. And I put it in a compartment right above the entry door. And it just stays there, and when I go to set up, and I've set up the inside, I just reach above that entry door and pull it out and put it on. And it's a great little buy. There's right here is the link or the picture on Amazon where I got it. And it's only $25, $30 depending on when you get it. And the last upgrade I want to show you is the upgrade I did in my cab. I went ahead and got an upgrade, which is LED lights. Watch how bright these are compared to the regular lights. Look at that. That is a big improvement, and I'll put the little link to the LED lights. And those LED lights, coincidentally, also fit inside the cabinet lights that you'll find inside some of the storage bins in the, I'll call it the basement of the rig. And at some point I'm going to do some other upgrades. And I think that's about it for my updates. And just so you know, I had no particular order. When I do this stuff, I don't script it. I just go off off the cuff, do the best I can, edit a little bit. You know, it's just a YouTube video and I'm trying to help out people. And I love my Entegra Odyssey. This is a 2021 for those of you who aren't aware of it. It's 24B and it measures out at about 26 feet 8 inches. And the only things I've really done are the things I just listed. And I do want to say that I also did have an alignment after I had the steering stabilizer and the sway bars installed. And the reason why I did that was not because I felt it needed it. It was just more for peace of mind. And when I did have the alignment, it was a little bit out of line. And you know, one of the reasons is because I was reading or seeing a lot of videos where people were talking about they had theirs aligned and they were brand new rigs and they were way out of alignment. If you like this video, feel free to hit the like button and also subscribe. And I'll be putting out more videos next week. I'm going to be on a different adventure and I hope to get some good videos on that. And happy RVing and all the best to all. And take care from Chipper's Island.